Alright, what's going on, you guys? You're watching my channel, Cloud Busted. So it's time for a servo upgrade on the Carisma Subaru Brat. This truck's been awesome. I really like it. It's got a ton of potential. So I'm going to do a few little modifications, see how good I can make this thing perform. And so far, the only real complaint about it is the steering's not the greatest. And I believe that to be because of the factory servo. So I'm going to upgrade it with this Savix waterproof titanium gear servo. So I'll get this thing pulled apart and throw that servo in. So just by turning these wheels, you can see the servo's pretty slow, kind of weak. And the wheels don't turn that much, so the turning radius is kind of horrible on this thing. Definitely a trail truck needs to have a good turning radius. So looking at the way the steering's set up, so if you take a look at the front axle, right here and right here, those are what are called steering stops. And what those do is those prevent the wheels from turning too much. Because if you turn the front wheels too much, your axle shafts are going to bind and you can break the CVDs. But if you take a look, this thing doesn't even come close to touching those. So I believe that's because the throw of the servo, it's not turning a lot, but you can see there's still a lot of space there. So these wheels could turn way more than that, and they also go really slow too. So definitely a servo upgrade. There's also a lot of play in this too. You can see the axle moving, that's because there's play in the joints. So I'll have to do something about that later, but for now I think a good start is a servo. So now I'm going to get to taking this thing apart. That's a long servo wire. No worries, it's all good. I got a servo extender. Not the greatest setup, this thing flexes a lot, so I'll definitely upgrade that in the future. So right here is a cheap plastic servo. It worked, just not great. And it'll be replaced with this. This is a Savix waterproof titanium gear servo. I use these on a lot of my vehicles and they've always been great. Never given me any trouble. Let's get this thing opened up. Part numbers SW1211SG. So you can look that up and find out all the specs. I know that might fit. It's not that much shorter, so we'll see. I'll get this thing mounted up. Hopefully I don't have to use that extension. So first thing I'll do is I'll plug this servo in, hook up a battery, and make sure it's centered. So now the servo is centered. So now I just gotta take this arm off, do the old switcheroo, put it on here, and this thing will be good to install. Actually, after looking at that, that might be a Metal Gear servo. Either way, it didn't work too well, so this is going in there. Oh nice, it looks like the wire's just going to reach, so I probably won't even have to use that servo extender. Now I just got to secure the servo wire to the frame with these wire ties. Before I do that though, I'm just going to plug the battery in real quick, make sure everything works correctly. Alright, so that's way better. If you take a look, it comes right in contact with that steering stop. On the other one, the other servo is stopped about right there. The only thing I don't like is you can see how much that axle's moving just when I turn the wheel. So I definitely have to tighten up those links. That'll be the next thing, but for now, that's way better. So let's hit the trail.